Hi guys and welcome back. So today I'm going to be showing you how to make a really simple no-bake trifle cheesecake. Let's begin. So before you get into making the cheesecake, you'll need to make the creme patisserie or pastry cream first. I will leave a link to my blog where the recipe is completely written up and it will give you all the information you need on how to make it. So to start the cheesecake, you'll want to work on the base. This is a biscuit base, so you'll want to get your digestive biscuits and blitz them down. You can use a food processor or a plastic bag with a rolling pin until it gets to like a sandy consistency. Next you'll want to add in all of the butter and just mix this together until it starts to look like wet sand. So just before you add the biscuit base to the cake tin, you will want to line it with some grease-free paper. Then place your biscuit base into it and press it down using a cup measurement, as this works really well to get it compact. So to start the cheesecake filling, you'll want to place your soft cheese or cream cheese into your mixing bowl, along with your creme patisserie or pastry cream, the icing sugar and your vanilla. I use vanilla bean paste, but feel free to use whatever you have. And then whisk this over a medium-high speed until well combined. Don't forget to go over and check my blog if you're interested in making this, as I give a full write-up, all the measurements and ingredients that you need over there, so check it out. So the trifle packs in the supermarket do include a custard powder, and that makes the custard quite yellow, so I thought I'd add a bit of food colouring just to get that colour. So once it's fully combined, you'll then want to scrape down the sides and the bottom of your bowl to incorporate any bits that may not have been worked in from earlier on. So into your bowl, you'll want to add all of your double cream and then whisk this over a medium to high speed just until the mixture has become thicker. So the next stage is to remove your base from the fridge, then start adding your cheesecake filling on top of that. I add it gradually, but feel free to add it all in one go. And you may have noticed that my footage just then was quite bright. I didn't realise until I started editing it, but I thought I'd leave it in anyway. So once you've got all of your cheesecake filling on top of your base, you will then want to smooth it off as best as you possibly can using an offset spatula, which is what I'm using, or you can use the back of a spoon, whichever you find easiest to do. You'll then want to chill this in the fridge while you make your jelly topping. So to make your jelly topping, you'll want to buy yourself a strawberry jelly. I just picked mine up in the dessert section in the supermarket and followed the instructions on the back. Mine was as simple as adding the jelly into a bowl, the boiling water, allowing it to melt, adding the cool water and giving it a stir. I then poured this on top of my cheesecake. And then into the jelly I added some sponge fingers that I've chopped up. Feel free to push these down as they do just float. I found this out the hard way. But just push them down so they're in the cheesecake a little bit, and this will set perfectly. Put this in the fridge and allow it to chill for a minimum of 4 hours, but preferably overnight for the best results. So the following day I removed the cheesecake from the tin. I just pushed the base up and put the sides down, and then removed the greaseproof paper and transferred my cheesecake to a cake plate of choice. I'm using this one, which I've used for many of my cheesecakes, but feel free to use whichever you've got. So on top of the cheesecake I piped some freshly whipped cream and then topped the whipped cream with the sprinkles, but feel free to add a layer of whipped cream on top and then the sprinkles. Really, this cheesecake is really customizable. So here is what it looked like once I was completely done with it. It's pretty quick and easy and really simple to follow, and here is a slice of it. So thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe for more from me. I'll be back next week with another video. If you have any suggestions for future videos, leave them in the comments down below or message me on one of my social medias. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Follow me on Instagram if you want to get some behind the scenes peeks, as I do post on the stories whenever I'm baking. But until then, I'll see you next week. Bye guys.